Hey guys, welcome to another guitar tutorial. Today we are going over the song Love Came Down by Kari Jobe. What you need for this song that I have in other videos are the basic chords, which are G, D, E minor, C, as well as the intermediate chords, in this case just A minor. And you need strum pattern 1, as well as strum pattern 2. Strum pattern that I'm teaching in this video. So this doesn't really count as a strum pattern because I would never use this for an entire song on its own. I just consider it a good way to build up a song that's like somewhat fast-paced. So it sounds something like this. So I think the best way to think about this is if you're like counting off beats in a song. So in this case, Love Came Down is 4 beats per measure if you're musically inclined. If not, just know that every time you're singing a song like Love Came Down, you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it kind of works. In this case, we're going to do a down strum for every half beat. So that means 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, right? And then at the end we go up and then down again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I was counting up to 8 because since it's every half beat, it's like 1 and 2 and, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. So essentially, in your head, you count up to 8, and then you do an up strum. It sounds like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, up, and repeat. Okay. Once you get that part mastered, practice that a lot, then you start emphasizing certain strums. So if you listen carefully, I'm emphasizing certain ones. It goes like this. Slow that down and count off, we'll know which ones they are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so it's 1, 4, and 7. Okay, so now in your head you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you do that over and over again. And other than that, the strum is pretty basic. There's really not that much else to it, and for most songs like this one, I think for the most part, chord changes happen when you're repeating the pattern. And so yeah, so once you have that part mastered, then we can start learning this song. So there are other ways to play the song, but I choose to play it this way because the different strumming patterns sort of reflect at what part of the song you're at. So for the verses, you use this new strum that I just taught. And the chord progression is C, E minor, D, and then C, G, D. You repeat that again, okay? So it goes C, E minor, and then E, back to C, D, you repeat that again, and that's the verse. So, with words, it sounds like this. If my heart is overwhelmed, I cannot hear your voice. I belong to what is true, though I can't see. The storms of life, they come, and the road ahead gets steep. I will lift these hands and pray. Simple enough. There's no changing of chords outside of or in the middle of the pattern. They're all between the pattern repetitions. And they're all basic chords. So as long as you get that strumming pattern down, you should be able to get the verse Then we move to the pre-chorus. So at the pre-chorus, I like to use strum pattern 1 because it sort of speeds up the song a little bit. And then when you get to the chorus, you slow down a ton to really like sort of emphasize the message that I was trying to bring across. So in the pre-chorus, we have our intermediate chord A minor, and then we go to a G, and then a D. Then you do an A minor, G, C. Okay? With the strumming pattern, it sounds like this. And with the words, it sounds like this. I remind myself of all that you've done, and the life I have because of your son. Okay, before we move on to the next part, I do kind of want to talk about the transition. So the thing that I like about this song is the strumming pattern changes, but that means that you really need to practice those, right? And this song's good practice for that. So transitioning between verse 1 and the pre-chorus is a little funky. The way I do it is, it kind of sounds like this. The storms of life, they come, the road ahead gets steep. I will lift these hands and pray. Okay, so if you slow it down, you'll see that the strum pattern, so the verse 1 strum pattern ends with the up strum, right? So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, up. Okay? Then right after that, I do the down for the pre-chorus, and it becomes down, down, up, down, up. So it's down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. But that also means that you get this sort of down, which is, I don't know, I guess it kind of sounds fancy or whatever, but it's a little bit hard to do. So you need to practice that a lot. So if we go through it one more time, this is what it sounds like. We'll lift these hands in faith. I will believe. Alright, so that's the transition between verses and pre-choruses. But what about the transition from the pre-chorus to the chorus? Well, the first thing to note is that the chorus, I like to use strum pattern 2, which sounds like this. Right? As compared to the pre-chorus, which uses the strum pattern 1. Right? Now, those have different pacing, I guess, characteristics. You know, strum pattern 1 feels faster even if it's the same beat or the same tempo as strum pattern 2, right? So in order to transition from the pre-chorus to the chorus, we're just going to do slow down strums that grow in their volume. So it sounds like this. I remind myself of all that you've done, the life I have because of your son. Okay. Now you don't have to follow that to the T, but essentially I started just doing down strums and then close to the end I did down and down over and over again, right? So, and the life I have because of your son. And then you go to the chorus. Okay, now that we've transitioned to the chorus uses strum pattern 2, and it's just G, C, E minor, D. No, G, C, E minor, D, C. You'll see. And it sounds like this. And the chord progression should be up here. Love came down and rescued me. Love came down and set me free. And I am yours. I am forever yours. Mountain high or valley low, I sing out of my soul. something to note. Everywhere else in the song, you're just doing chord changes between patterns. But in the chorus, you do have one mid-pattern change, and that's the D, right? So you do G for one pattern, G, and then you do the C pattern, E minor, change the D into the C, and then repeat. And that's the chorus. I mean, it's basic chords. It's a strum pattern that you should be familiar with by now. The mid-pattern changes for the chords might be something that you still need to get used to. But I think the hardest part about the song isn't this stuff, it's really the strumming pattern changes, which is really the focus of this song. This song really helped me get used to and get very comfortable with switching between strum patterns. So they're not so isolated and separate from each other between different songs, but you can start leveraging them to make and help your songs better. So then, from the chorus, you either transition to the verse again or to the bridge, right? So transition to the verse, that means we go right back to this. So it sounds like this. Mountain high or valley low, I sing out by my soul that I am yours, I am yours. My heart is broken, my promise is my way. Okay, so the basics of that transition, it's actually very similar when you go from the pre-chorus to the chorus, right? Some down strums, and then down, up, down, up, down, up, which sort of sets you up to go faster in the verse to go, right? And then we're back to the verse. The only other thing in this song is the bridge. So when the bridge comes up, it's actually very simple. You do the exact same thing that you did in the chorus, but with new words. That's all it is. So it's just imagine it like another stanza of the chorus, right? So if I do the end of the chorus and transition to the bridge, you'll see that I'm actually playing the same exact chords, same timings and everything, same strum, I'm just singing different words. Mountain high or valley low, I sing out by my soul that I am yours, I am yours, I am yours, all my days, Jesus, I am yours, So yeah, same chords, same strumming, everything's the same, it's just the singing that's different. So you don't actually have to learn anything new for the bridge. I mean, aside from that, I don't want to say that's it for the song, right? Because there's a lot in the song. You have a new strumming pattern, you're switching between strumming patterns, a lot of transitions and stuff like that. But at least at this point, you shouldn't have to worry too much about the chords anymore, and that way you can really start focusing on your strum game. So that's it for this song. Just to review, verses are this new strum, and then pre-choruses are strum 1, and then the chorus is strum 2. Now, some people like to play this song with the same strum pattern, but at least in my opinion, it doesn't really sound appropriate. So like for example, in verse 1, if I try to do strum pattern 2, it feels a little too slow. If my heart is overwhelmed, I cannot hear your voice. There's no like running beat to keep me going. And then let's say I use strum pattern 1 from the pre-chorus into the chorus. So instead of doing this, love came down and rescued me, love came down and set me free, I use strum pattern 1, it kind of sounds a little too upbeat and happy-go-lucky, it goes like, love came down and rescued me, love came down and set me free. Yeah, I don't know. At least to me, it doesn't really seem to fit the song, right? So this is one of those songs where there's such drastic changes in how the music is trying to portray emotion that you really should change the strumming pattern to conform with it too. So again, it's a good song to practice strumming pattern changes. If you're having difficulty, just slow it down. And yeah, just get practicing. Good luck, guys. See you guys next time.